I'm Anne Marie and welcome to my channel. I am doing a few channel updates very slowly because I am really learning how to do this. I know I do have some videos that are already up. That was the decluttering videos, and that was easier to do because I was just using my regular Sony camera in the house, and just editing that was pretty easy too because I just uploaded the video. So things are different now and I have a different setup totally, and the update is I want to do my story for one thing regarding MLMs, and I counted how many I was in. The number is huge, so there's a lot coming. I have a lot of videos to upload. I actually was in 21 MLMs throughout my entire adult life, starting at the age of 16. I am now 56, so for the past 40 years, I have done quite a few. But no, I don't want to say as long. What I'm trying to say is, as much as that sounds, it is a little, I'm going to turn my sound off here one moment. It's a little embarrassing when I started, writing them all down and seeing what I was doing. And I just can't believe that I was involved in so many. But this goes way back to the early 80s. So things were way different back then when we all did, MLMs, because there was no internet, obviously. It wasn't even invented yet. So we did everything by mouth and, by having home parties. I mean, home parties was a huge thing. Tupperware was amazingly huge when I was a teenager. So I guess what I want to do is I have a lot of upcoming videos. I am trying to learn OBS Studio. I asked some of the other YouTube people, some of the other ones that are my favorite ones, because I like to watch Savannah Marie, and actually it's because of Savannah Marie finally that I am out. I ended my last one. I was with Paparazzi this last time. I could turn my camera around and show you. I'm in a bling shed, I call it, but it's my she shed. My husband bought me a she shed because, well, he has his man cave. And I thought that having a she shed would be a ton of fun because I could be out here, just because. So I don't even know what to say about it. I'll have to turn my camera around. I don't want to make a lot of noise with this because I don't know how this works yet either. I just set this up. I have a lot of jewelry, and I am going to be learning how to get rid of it on eBay and other ways too. But that's a whole other story too. Like I said, I have quite a few stories to explain, and I was looking for my booklet here where I had all my notes about the different MLMs I've been in. So, okay, channel update. Number one, I'm all over the place just because I'm excited to do this, and, shocked and appalled, of course, about all the MLMs I was involved in. But I guess better late than never, right? So some of them I was involved in, of course. I said it was like Tupperware. Tupperware is a big one, and that was way back when. I did Party Light, I did Scentsy, I did Mary Kay 3 times, I did Avon twice or 3 times, 2 or 3 times, can't remember. Let's see what else. Shackley, Juice Plus. Oh my goodness, I can't even think of all of them off the top of my head, but I do have a long list. So I am going to be making videos about all of that as well. And what I wanted to ask, since, like I said, as Savannah Marie finally got to me, I just joined Paparazzi when I came across her channel, and I was so offended. I really was. Oh my gosh, I can't even stop laughing about that now that I think about it, how long ago. Yeah, I was totally offended when I watched her first video, and it was AntiMLM, and I wrote a note to her, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just joined Paparazzi, and I'm in a totally different one. And I looked at because I was like, I'm the MLM queen of my friends and family, and that's nothing to be proud of, I'll tell you that. But what was really funny about it was when I looked over their compensation plan, it read a little bit differently to me. It was worded really well to where I actually thought it was different. So that's what I told her. I said, oh no, I've seen all these different compensation plans, and Paparazzi next to Mary Kay, because I did Mary Kay. I said that 3 times already, yes. So I did Mary Kay, and their compensation plan was 50-50 break, but it's not truly a 50-50 break. We'll get into all of that. So anyhow, I wrote her a note on there, blah, 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 this is all different, and I know these compensation plans, and this one's really good, and oh my goodness. And it was really funny because I got so offended at her response to me. So her response was, I just got it, that she replied on my my rant, I guess, about how paparazzi is different. So she wrote back, shoo, shoo. And I could just picture her saying it, because many of us have heard Savannah Marie's videos and watched them. So I just, till this day, I even told one, well, I talk to my sister a lot. I'll probably be mentioning her quite a bit too, but I told my sister, I said, oh my gosh, I said, one of these anti-MLM people, she told me to shoo. And I was, I was really offended. But that was what, almost 3 years ago, something like that. And periodically I went back and I was watching more, of her videos and trying to see, what she was getting at. And the more I was watching, I was like, this is really making some sense to me. And I'm scared, because I want to join, I want to stay in my paparazzi, right? So after a while, watching more and more, and when the convention happened this summer, and I saw that she put out her spreader convention, super spreader event and stuff like that, I was like, oh no, what happened? And so I watched that video, and it really upset me because, well, the company just hasn't done or said, oh, I hit my mic again, hasn't said or done anything about it. So that's again another video. I'm kind of going off the top of my head with a lot of these thoughts that I have, because I do want to do a channel change, so, and tell my story, and maybe get some others to tell their stories. So I guess what I want to say about that is, she said to watch her new person that's coming up that she really enjoys watching too is Mac Attack. Okay, so Savannah Marie, pretty much with her first paparazzi super spreader event with that video, and then a couple after that, that's when I knew I can't do this. I can't stay in this. And it was just all making sense finally to me. And the big part of it was about how they are handling it or not handling the whole thing. So I went over to Mac Attack. I'm not good with numbers. I guess it has something to do with the creativity in people, and not wanting to know, because that's part of the whole MLM thing, is to where, you're all excited when you're selling something because, oh my gosh, I made a sale. That's my profit. My husband has been a saint through all these years. We've been married now 22 years. And obviously throughout his entire knowing of me and our marriage, I have been doing MLMs. Okay. So he always has been trying to explain to me how this works. He's a very logical thinker. He's an electrical engineer, very methodical and logical in his thinking. And it drives me crazy most of the time. But it is a good thing. We balance each other out, because I'm the one who's all, oh, let's do this, let's do that. Oh, I don't care. It doesn't cost that much, whatever. And he's not like that at all. Okay. So when I watched Mac Attack, he's a really, really smart guy. I was just like, wow, so impressed. He's really smart, and his pharmacology background is just wow. So anyway, I like watching him. He's really, really funny. I love Let's Go. I sometimes think of that in my head. I'm getting off on a tangent. Okay, I'll stop. So anyway, I went to watch Mac Attack, and there was a breakdown of how much you make per hour, doing paparazzi or any MLM for that matter. And I forget which one that he did, but he broke it down, and I was like, oh, I really didn't want to know that, but it made sense, because then it made me think, well, that's what my husband's been trying to explain to me all these years, how they isolate you, and, nobody's going to understand. Your husband, of course, he's not going to get it. Nobody gets it. We're your family. Yeah, I have a Mary Kay story that's going to be really fun too. So, after I watched his breakdown of the numbers, I was like, oh, no, he's right. So between Savannah Marie working on me all these years, because I kept watching her, and then when she mentioned Mac Attack and he did the numbers, then I knew 100%. I can't do this anymore. So I started to figure out my numbers, because my husband kept telling me to do that. Figure out how much you're making and all that. And I didn't like the way he was doing it, because he was being too logical. So selling the paparazzi, I'll just go with that, because that's what I have. What I have right now, that was my current one. Okay, so everything sells for $5. You pay $2.75, so $2.25 is your profit. Okay, I was like, okay, that's fantastic. And then when you order, you pay the tax on the piece that you sell for $5, so you're taxed at the $5 rate. Okay, well, I didn't want to know all that, so I did and I didn't, because I guess, I don't know, that one's a hard one to explain. I just didn't really care about the number part. As long as I was selling for $5, in my head, I was making a profit, right? No. So for the past, let's see, that happened in August and then September, and I just quit in November permanently, because I wanted to make sure that I downloaded all my stuff. And so from the back office. One of the events that I did, I've been doing some mini malls in some of the 55 plus communities, and older people who are can't get out, and then those of course who are still working. So mainly for the ones who can't get out, or have to have someone take them out and stuff, doing the senior communities is really, I don't know. I like the older people, and I do feel bad for them because some of them just get left and their family doesn't come back, and it's just sad. So anyhow, I was doing some of these mini malls with other MLM people. So as I think about it, yes, because we had, oh my gosh, a fly got in here. Great. Just great. I hate those things. You know what kills them? This is a squirrel thought. We, here in Texas, there was a huge, because of this past winter, everybody was bombarded in flies. It looked like the Amityville horror window in that movie, to where it was like, oh my gosh, Satan is really coming up now, and all these demonic spirits, because everywhere was filled with flies, absolutely everywhere. So I was trying to kill them with fly swatters and all kinds of stuff. The strippy tapes that you hang didn't work. Well, I thought, well, I don't know what else to do. Hairspray, whatever. None of that stuff works. So I had essential oils. Yes, I did doTERRA and Young Living. Oh my gosh, my whole house is an MLM. I was walking around, and I've got so many videos to produce with all of this stuff. I'm going to try and really stay focused on all of them, because, focusing squirrel, that's pretty much how I roll, and I really don't care for that. So anyway, peppermint oil, essential oil. I bought some on eBay because the year before that, every year for some reason down here, I'm from Chicago. We moved down here to Texas 10 years ago. I live in McKinney, and every year there's an abundance of something. So this year it was flies. Okay, like I said, so I took the peppermint oil and I sprayed it. I put it in a regular spray bottle and I sprayed a fly, and it didn't like that, and I just squirted it another time, and then I stood there and I watched. The flies die in less than a minute, mostly 30 seconds. They don't even live 30 more seconds when you spray them. So all of these pest people, which we've had come down here, to our house, because we live on a few acres, so there's everything out here. So anyway, I just sprayed it with peppermint oil, and it was so pleasurable to see them just die. They jump around a little bit, then they fall on their backs, literally, and they die. It's amazing. We killed hundreds and hundreds of flies. Thankfully, now it's a little bit cooler. It's December 2nd. It's December, so there's no more flies, which I don't know why this one is still here, but anyhow, peppermint oil works. So if you put it in a spray bottle straight, squirt it, dead. And it works 100%. And I even told our pest guy about it, so he was being able to let other clients know, because we were all in the same boat down here. Okay, off the fly thing. They're disgusting. So back to the channel and what I wanted to do. So anyway, Mac Attack with the amounts in the mini malls. So the last mini mall I did, so I'm in McKinney, and everything that I've been doing with the mini malls has been within like an hour, and some of them an hour and 20 minutes away to go to these mini malls, and it's only for a couple of hours. So some of them I pay tolls. So the last one I figured out, I was already, one way was $9.33, 33 cents for tolls. And on the way back, again, it's going to be another $9.33. So before I even left the house, that's $18.66. Okay. So after that, then, of course, there's gas and there's wear and tear on the car. I didn't even figure in the gas and the wear and tear. So I sold some pieces, and by the time I figured everything out, I was minus $14.75 per hour of work. I made nothing, even though I came home with nearly $200, 180, whatever it was. I came home. I sold quite a few pieces at that one, but I made nothing. And I've been doing our trade days here too. And again, I'm in the negative each and every time, no matter how many pieces I sell. And I did not recruit because I didn't want to recruit. That's not the reason why I wanted to do it. And the big thing, that was one of the differences that I was trying to explain to Savannah Marie. Oh my gosh, she's brilliant. Anyway, so one of the things that I was trying to explain was, so the thing that was different was you can either do survive on sales, and they call it SOS, survive on sales, or you can recruit. And I'm like, I don't want to harass anybody. I just want to sell my little jewelry, and that's the end of it. Okay, so I've been trying to do that off and on over the past couple of years, trying to do this, doing my live shows, going to these communities, selling at the trade days and the fairs, vendor fairs, you name it, okay? So Darn it, I lost my train of thought. Where was I going with that? Oh, survive on sales. No way. My husband kept helping me try to figure this out. I would have to sell thousands, a couple thousand pieces a day maybe to be able to earn anything. And then I've wanted to retire him for years too. Well, that's a fallacy in itself as well, because they get you. I know this is all over the place, but obviously you can tell I have a ton of videos to make. So what I also wanted to ask was, since I'm learning how to do this, was to trying to figure out how, like, Cece Suarez, she's fantastic. She cracks me up. I love her, and I've been watching her. I started with Savannah Marie, and I watch Mac Attack now, and then I started watching Deanna Mims and Isabel Lanter, and there's a couple others in there that I can't remember, but I have a list of Julie Joe. I started watching her. So I started a list of people that I watch. Okay, now I'm trying to figure out how to do this with this OBS Studio. It's right here in front of me. So I'm trying to figure out how to use that. So I just downloaded it and trying to figure that out, and trying to figure out how to do the split screen, how they do, where they're showing what they're watching and they're showing us as well what they're watching, and then they stop it and comment on it. I don't know how to do any of that, and I'm really trying to learn. So if anybody has easy directions, I am all for them. And then to be able to send me things that you find, I'm trying to figure out how to find the hashtags and look on, Instagram. I'm really not good at all that. I was just basically a Facebook person all these years, but I really want to expand. So I've just been doing basically Facebook. So I'm learning how to do the Instagram stuff, and I had no idea that IGTV was a totally separate app than Instagram. So I'm learning all of this, but I could sure use help with any of that. So any suggestions, I am more than happy to take. If you have anything that you want me to show, I will figure out how to start doing this, because I have a ton of commentary on all of these that I want to put across, because it was very Mary Kay when I did it this last time, which was in the 2013-14. In that time, I was all in. I spent over $5,000 on my store, and when it all went sour, when I found out, that's when I realized, oh my gosh, I'm the customer in Mary Kay. That was devastating, and I was in tears, actually. My husband, I was talking to him, and I was just crying on and off for a few days, if not a week, because I was hurt. I was really, really hurt and devastated. And the team that claimed that, oh, well, I'll still be friends, whether or not you're in Mary Kay, that's a lie. And I learned that the hard way, but I did learn a lot. So that's good. And then now with paparazzi, I feel the same way. I feel very sad, betrayed, and all the feelings that we all feel once we're out and we are like, oh my gosh, our eyes are opened, right? So I am going to post in the description. I'm positive I can figure that out, because I've done it before with my decluttering videos. So I'm going to put in the description where to email. I have a Gmail account. It's squirrelymom7@gmail.com. But I'll put it in the link description, because I'm trying to figure out how to get these descriptions in there too. So I'll put my email there so you can share with me on the Google, let's see, I'm reading right now. Let's see. CC Suarez says it's uploaded to the Google Drive. Okay. So upload it to the Google Drive and share my email so that I can have access to whatever you want me to see. And I'm going to be telling a lot of my stories and going forward from here, but there's been a huge blow up with paparazzi, and that's finally, I'm out, I'm done, all said and done. So I'm going to end it here, because I've been talking for a long time. It's been 18 minutes, and I'm not going to edit this because I have to figure out how to use this editing software. I have no clue how to do that. So you can fast forward and do whatever you want to do, or speed me up, because I did a lot of talking in there. So this is going to be my channel update. That's what I want to do, and true crime will come eventually. I love true crime, and I actually have a playlist. I'll connect the playlist. I'll put that down in the description too, that all the true crime stuff that I watch, I just put in this playlist that, in case anybody sees it, it's set out to public. So if people just want to kind of, ramble in there and see what I've got for true crime stuff. But I want to make my own true crime videos too, because I am huge on that. I've always loved true crime. Fiction I have a hard time with. So I want to do that and do, educational videos, which is going to be the commentary and so forth on all the MLMs. And I think that's about it. So thank you so much for watching this very goofy update on my channel, and I really, really, really hope that you subscribe, you like, and hit the notification bell, because I'm going to be really uploading a lot and trying to produce these as fast as possible while learning this software. But if you have any OBS, I'm trying to read it. OBS what? Information? On anything that you use, I would appreciate that as well. So thank you so much for watching. Look in the description, and I'll post the few things that I mentioned, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye. That sounded stupid. Bye. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll stop the recording now so I don't keep babbling. Thank you.